All right, welcome back, everyone. So we've got the lighting done, we've got the atmospheric set, we've done several renderings of this thing. Now we're ready to bring it into the Unreal Engine and make it something that we can walk through. There's a few steps that I like to do before doing so, and they're mostly housekeeping steps, but I think that they're pretty important. So let me just drag this over, close that down, so we've got a nice full view here. Okay. So the first thing I like to do is pack my materials, which I think I've done before in some of my previous videos, but all of the external data, which would be all of your materials for every object in here, hopefully they're well organized, but if they're not, what I like to do is I'll pack the resources. So that puts everything into the Blender file. Then what I'm going to do after I pack all the resources is I'm going to close the Blender file, save it, sure, and then I'm going to reopen it. I'm going to copy and paste it into a new folder. So I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go to a new folder in my folders where I've got all my stuff. Where is it? Right here. And I'm going to create a folder called Prism Blend Optimized. So I'm going to go Control Shift New for PC users, and go Prism Blend Opt. Okay, because this is going to be our most optimized version. And then I'm going to paste the Blender file in the folder. Now, when I open this file, all of the materials and everything should work perfectly. Okay, maximize it. Great, so it looks like everything transferred over into this just right. Next, what I want to do is I want to take all of the materials and textures out of the Blender file and put them in a textures folder inside of our new folder with Optimize. So I go to external data now, and I unpack the resources. And I'll use the files in the current directory and click on that. And then next, you'll see there's the textures folder in this same folder. I've got my HDRI, I've got everything, all of my UV maps, anything custom I set up, any of the materials I brought over from Rhino. They're all nice and organized into a folder called textures. Great. The next thing I like to do is I want to export this as a bunch of separate FBX files so that they're individual files. So if something does go wrong, I can just swap them out with new ones, and my pipeline is nice and clean. So the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to select, and I'm going to go select all by type, and I'm going to go to mesh. And so this only selects the meshes in my scene. You can see over here on the right, I've got, just the meshes selected here. So we will have to rebuild our lights in the Unreal Engine, but the settings for the lights will be needing to be tweaked anyway because there's different variables with different software. So that's fine. I wish that they would just transfer. That would make things easier, but we're not that lucky. So with all of these selected, I'm going to go up to scripting here, and I'm going to go to templates, and then I'm going to go to Python, and I'm going to go to batch export and just click on that. It'll fill in the Python script right here. And then all I have to do is hit play, and it runs the script. And everything that I have selected will now become objects, FBX objects. There you go. And then we can go through and we can see if there's anything that shouldn't be there, like any duplicates, right? So you just kind of want to go through these and make sure you don't have anything like weird in your scene. And I did notice I've got these Glassdoor FBX files, which don't seem correct. So I'll probably go find these in my scene and delete them. And anything that there seems like there's duplicates of, right, then you might need to do a little bit more research as to why those are in our scene. Like walls interior 5, what is that? So the way you do that is you go, okay, walls interior, okay, I've got one right here. If I decimal place it, okay, that's fine. Okay, so it seems like, okay, those are just separate. But I don't mind that. I mean, I could join those back together because they're all just white. So this is where you really can kind of visualize anything in your scene that's a little out of whack. So I want to actually go ahead and join these together, Control J, and then I need to do a new UV map. UVs are overlapping. And then always island margin, 0.001. Okay. Okay. So yeah, any of those overlapping objects or things where I've got multiples of, and it seems like, oh, why do I have so many of those objects? You don't want them to be separate. Go ahead and join them together. And then we'll just delete all of those FBXs and rerun the script, and you should have fewer files. So this is just housekeeping stuff, but it just makes everything really nice when you get it into Unreal Engine to make sure that you don't have anything duplicated or any like little small parts that haven't been joined together. Okay, so I'm going to keep doing that, and I'll be right back. All right, so I deleted anything that just seemed ridiculous or joined together, anything that could be joined together without destroying anything. So hopefully now when I run this script, things will be cleaner. So I'm going to go back over here, and I'm going to just go to type here so I can select just my FBX files. I don't want to delete anything else. FBX all the way down, FBX, okay, delete. All right, so next I'm going to go ahead and batch export again. So I'll do the script and I'm going to run it. And let's see. So, rookie move. I forgot to select everything. So object, select by type, mesh. So we only want to select the meshes, and then we go run the script. Okay. Frames, glass doors, those are fine. Walls, interior, a couple of different that's so good. Yeah, so artworks are all good. Everything looks good here. So this is what I'm looking for here. Default FBXs, what are the defaults? Okay, figured out what the defaults were, got rid of them. Now everything's looking good. All right, so we've got all of our individual FBXs. Everything is nice and clean and organized. And really what I would typically do, just so my Blender file is as lovely as can be, I would start over with a brand new Blender file and import all of these FBX files. And then I can just copy and paste the camera and all of the lighting and the cube that I did, and then rebuild the world light. Yeah, that takes a little bit of time, but then my project is just super immaculate. So I'm going to do that. I'm not going to show the whole thing, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that, and I'll come right back and show you the result. All right, so this is the remade version, and it's looking pretty good. So if I pop out of my camera view, some of the things that I did have to fix are the glass. The transparency did not transfer over, so I did have to up the transparency. So anything that has transparency, like these objects, or transmission, I should say, I do have to bump up the transmission again. The metalness looks fine though. Metallic and roughness does transfer. On FBXs, it's just transmission levels. And so it's the same thing you would have to fix in Unreal Engine 2. Whoop, wait. Okay. So yeah, just the transmission, I copied and pasted the lights back in. So all of the lights are in the space just the way they were. The sun transferred over, no problem, with just a copy and a paste. And then I had to reset the parameters for the what do you call it? The our fog layer up here, our fog cube. So I had to redo those materials, but not much. Took me 2 minutes, you know. And now if you look over here on the side, you can see that there are no weird empties or anything like that. We've got just the meshes in our spots here, and only the stuff that belongs to the objects. And then also, if you look at like materials, your materials, you're going to have a lot less of them because any of the duplicated ones that we weren't in use are automatically expunged from the project. So that's all looking really good. So now we are actually ready to bring this thing into the Unreal Engine. Great. So I'm going to end the video here, and we will discuss the Unreal Engine in the next one. Thank you very much.